What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here at the YCS Knoxville here with my boys, Team Bordeaux, Team Enforcers over here. We're chilling with a top 8 duelist. What's your name? What you play, bro?
I'm Faisal and I play Danger Thunder Dragon.
Nice. Top 8. Nice job, bro. Alright, Danger Thunder Dragon, anything crazy this weekend happened to you?
Just played a pretty standard list, but the side deck has something that really was probably the reason why.
The reason why you got top. Nice. Alright, man, let's get into it, bro.
So, start 3 solar. This guy is like probably the best starter because he gets Thunder Dragon's cards in the grave. Yeah. So you can get that engine started. The combo is broken with him and Wyvern Burster. I don't play any other normal summons because drawing multiples is extremely bad.
Yeah.
And I always like how if I draw him, I can just normal summon him knowing that there isn't anything else I'd want to normal summon.
Yeah.
And for the Thunder engine, I really cut this down as much as possible because drawing these, except for this guy, is usually pretty bad. So 3 Thunder Dragon, 2 Dark, 1 Roar, and 1 Hawk, and 1 Duo. This guy kind of like, if you think about it, he does nothing, but he kind of does everything because he activates your Thunders in the hand.
Yeah.
He lets you summon Colossus, and then he increases your hand size for Dangers, and he's a light, which is really important. So,
yeah.
Very nice card. Dangers, 3 Nessie, 3 Jackalope, 3 Tsuchinoko, Bigfoot, to pop any problem cards in 1 second. And I also played an 11th Danger. I played 1 Mothman. This was the 40th card in my deck. I decided to play it because while he can be kind of bad and maybe give your opponent an edge if you were to discard him and use his effect, and they benefit off of it, it's really important to see at least 1 Danger in at least every hand. Because if you don't see a Danger and you don't have like Batteryman, Wyvern Burster, like your hand is probably garbage.
Yeah.
And then 3 Wyvern Burster, 2 Collapse Serpent. I thought about playing the 3rd, but I feel like that, like drawing multiples could be not so good. And I thought there would be a lot of combos this weekend. And if I'm facing a Colossus, these kind of get even worse.
Yeah.
And 1 Eclipse. This card is really abusable, especially because it's not once per turn. You can just banish it, get it back, banish it again, search something else.
Which is nice.
Rotor. This card's really good to like play through stuff if your opponent pops your stuff to search your Levianeer directly. It's also really good to summon from deck to search Levianeer or any other card you need. And it's also, one thing that's really cool about it is you can use it on any monster on the field, not just your own. So you can use it on your opponent's Hayate, which is a wind machine, to search Spell Canceller, which I cited.
Hey, that's kind of cool right there. It's dope.
That card wins the striker matchup. Really Levianeer. It can get cloggy at 3, but I felt like rather than feeling bad about drawing it when I don't need it, I'll feel really bad when I don't have it when I do need it.
Yeah.
1 Diablos. 1 Chaos Emperor, the Dragon Orb again. This card lets you use Eclipse Wyvern multiple times in a turn and just pretty much ends up being a free level 8 because you can just summon him normally for the extra deck.
Yeah.
And I decided to main 3 Phantasme. I discovered in my testing that this deck can play through the Orcus board, Danger board, if the Orcus board, Salamangreat, Striker, and if your hand is good enough and your opponent doesn't have everything, the Thunderboard too. And this card really does a good job of like letting you rebuild your hand so you have the actual tools to win, because if you have the right hand, you'll be able to play through almost anything. And the last 3 Seconds Light, I just feel like compared to other spells, this plays around the hand traps you lose to the best, like Droll and Lancia. If you activate this and get Drolled, that's the best action you can do before you get Drolled. And then against Lancia, you can set up better for next turn, or at least try to establish a Colossus or something because you have more cards to play with.
Yeah.
That's the main deck, 40 cards. Extra deck, LP, Pisty, Agripane. And I played Beat Cop. For the times you can't make Star Yugioh with 4 different monsters, this card's really good, because sometimes you'll have 4 monsters but not be able to get them on board at the same time because the Roar replaces itself, and the Wyvern Burster and the Collapse Serpent replace themselves. And this lets you like summon it and then have LP Pisty here combo. And And then Triple Burst. This is probably the worst card in my extra deck. It does have an application where it can like run over a Sky Striker monster and negate right in the graveyard and the damage stuff.
Yeah.
The reason you have to play it is to link away Beat Cop in the Beat Cop combo, so you can continue going to your aggravate.
Yeah.
Hieratic. This card's really good. Plays around a lot of stuff. It lets you summon stuff like Brotor from deck in your opponent's turn, set up the Leviathan for next turn. The fact that it doesn't target is a really big deal too. It's tribute effect. And then Phoenix and Unicorn. Phoenix is just basic utility. Need to destroy important spells and traps. Unicorn I decided to play because there's not anything else in your main extra inside that shuffles a card into the deck directly without like destroying it, and that's extremely important in some cases to get the removal you need. 2-star Yugioh. I don't know why this card didn't get limited or banned in the past list.
Ban, please.
Just 2 Colossus. I feel like with Orchist coming up and Striker getting weaker, this card did get a little bit worse, so I decided to play only 2 of this and cut down on the Thunder Dragon engine a bit more. Crystal Wing. I know most people are playing Hot Red. I decided to play Crystal Wing because I expected a lot of combo, and he's way better against combo.
Yeah.
And I actually, in top 16, I played against Avery Foster, and he was playing Orchist, and he was siding Mystic Mine, and he used Electric Virus against me, and I forced it out with this, and then I Hope Harbingered his Mystic Mine to win the match, and he told me that games 1 and 3, if I had Hot Red instead of this, I would have actually lost.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's crazy. Crystal Wing put in work there.
Yeah, Harbinger negates stuff like Mystic Mine and stuff. Works well with Crystal Wing because they negate different things. Another thing is he can redirect attacks to himself, so he can protect the Hieratic from being baited by the battle phase and let the Hieratic bounce like the most valuable card, get most value out of that. And then my 15th card is number 86, Sanafon the Sky Prison. I played this as my second rank gate because in grind games if you have a limited board, like if your board isn't complete because you were hand trapped a little bit, or your opponent breaks that board, you can use this as a second rank gate. It has a lot of attack points, so you can run over board load if your opponent makes that to try to break your board, because it gains 100 attack for each monster in the graveyards, and he has 2100, and you play 37 monsters.
Yeah, it's good.
And then the main other reason I play him is his effect. You detach an Xyz material, and until the end of your opponent's next turn, he can't be destroyed by card effects, and neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyard. It's really good against Salamangreat because if they open like a basic Sunlight Wolf or whatever board, and they hand trap you to interrupt you, you just use your big Chaos Beaters in the main deck to run over their board. You just make this, and they can't Spinny, they can't Falco, they can't Jaguar, they just lose.
Yeah, they definitely
can't play the game. So you just really have to, if you go second solid, just make this card and you pretty much win.
Yeah.
That's the extra deck, and then the side deck, 3 Artifact Lancia. This card is absolute because it's the only card that's like extremely broken against both Orcus and the Mirror Match, and it usually just shuts down the turns entirely. 3 Effect Veiler. I decided to play this because I couldn't really find like other side slots that were effective against both Orcus and Thunder Dragon, or like didn't get countered in some really ridiculous way. Veiler is really good because it's extremely versatile, and another thing I really liked about it is that if you go first and you do your full combo, a lot of people often like scoop against you without showing you anything, and this is a really safe card to side in because you know you're probably going second, and that helps a lot, and that actually won me a match where an opponent did that to me.
Nice.
I also side this in going first against Salamangreat because the only way they have to clear your Colossus is Stalio, and the only easy way for them to make Stalio is just Gazelle, hard draw Gazelle, send the Spinny, and if you have the Colossus up, they can't search with Foxy, they can't search with Lady Debug, they can't search with Circle Mining, and they can't search for the field spell with Bale Links. So if you just deny them Mirage Stalio, like this card is very good at doing, and you have Colossus on board even, you just win.
I like that.
And another thing I like about it is that you can draw into it with Phantasme, and it's usually very good no matter what. Like against Orcus, you usually Phantasme them when they have Rusty on field, and they revive Galateo with the Symbol Skeleton. So drawing into this with that is really good because you dig 3 cards and you can just negate the Galatea to deny the field spell, so they can't summon Dingirsu on your turn. Against the Mirror, you can do it when they summon Agripane and they have 2 other guard dragons. You dig 4 cards, and then you can Valor the Agripane if you draw the Valor off of that.
Yeah.
And the Valoring Solar is really good because it stops the broken play, which if you don't stop that play, the Batterman Wyvern Burster play in the Mirror, you just lose.
Yeah.
3 Denko. Really good against Striker because if they use like Metaverse to shotgun the Mystic Mine, it makes it easier for you to snipe it with Phoenix.
Yeah.
And it's really good in Salamander because they set stuff like Sanctum, Roar Rage. Just drop this and you play and you win. The MVP of the weekend.
The God
Shoutouts
card.
to Marcus Hayden and Justin Singh for the tech. It was last minute inclusion Spell Canceller. I played against 4 Sky Striker Mind decks in Swiss, and I would just side this in going first or second and just win games.
Yeah.
I could go first without fear having 3 of this in my deck, and since you play Star Yugioh and so many other cards, you can dig so much into your deck. You just make your whole board, and even if they use the other cards in their hand to get past your Harbinger and resolve mine, you just tribute summon this and you win. Even against games when they don't have mine, I just tribute summon this over Danger and just summon Levanier, popped all his back row, ran him out of resources. If you just clear the Ray, they have to hard draw one of the 2 other Rays to play. Otherwise, they just automatically lose because it turns on all the cards. It's a Jinzo. It negates the...
Jinzo for spells.
Yeah, it's basically a Jinzo for spells. It negates the effects of all spells on the field as well as prevents spells from being activated.
Yeah.
Last 3 cards, 3 Twin for Sky Striker, any trap decks I could face.
Yeah.
Summon Limit was a card I was scared of if people are still playing that because if I don't play this, and they shotgun it, I actually don't have any outs. Even this doesn't help against that. I'm
Yeah.
afraid of that possibility.
We have both options.
Yeah, that's my deck.
All right, man. Shoutouts you want to give, Faisal?
Shoutouts to my brother, he helped me test a lot. Shoutouts to Marcus Hayden and Justin Singh, we talked a lot of theory. Shoutouts to my team, GGS Trades, for providing me with this deck. Yeah, that's it.
All right, man. Congrats on getting that top 8, man, and thanks for deck profile, bro.